Have you ever wondered about the secrets hidden within the walls of an Airbnb room? Behind the perfectly curated photos and glowing reviews, some places harbor stories far darker than you could imagine. Welcome to a journey into the shadows, where we'll uncover 3 real and chilling tales of Airbnb, stays that turned into nightmares. These aren't just tales meant to entertain. They're a haunting reminder that even the most innocent-looking accommodations can have a sinister past or present. From eerie presences that refuse to leave to terrifying encounters with hosts who hide their true nature, these stories are not for the faint of heart. In this video, you'll hear about real events that will make your skin crawl and perhaps make you question your next booking. But that's not all. Stay until the end, and you'll learn key safety tips to protect yourself during your travels. After all, not all nightmares are fiction. Prepare yourself for an unforgettable experience, one that will send shivers down your spine and leave you thinking about the unseen dangers lurking in the most unexpected places. Are you ready to step inside these stories? Let's begin. The first story takes us to a quiet suburban neighborhood where a young traveler named Sarah booked an Airbnb for a weekend getaway. The listing seemed perfect: charming decor, excellent reviews, and a cozy atmosphere that promised relaxation. But from the moment she stepped inside, something felt off. The room, while clean, had an unsettling air. The walls were adorned with old paintings, their subjects staring blankly as if watching her every move. A peculiar, musty smell lingered in the air, though she couldn't pinpoint its source. Dismissing her unease, Sarah unpacked and settled in for the night. That's when the real horror began. As she lay in bed scrolling through her phone, Sarah heard a faint creaking noise. She froze, straining her ears. The sound was unmistakable. It was coming from inside the room. Slowly, she turned her head toward the closet. The door, slightly ajar, revealed darkness beyond. Summoning her courage, she approached it, her heart pounding. She swung the door open, but there was nothing there, just empty hangers swaying gently as if recently disturbed. Relieved, she closed the door and returned to bed, convincing herself it was her imagination. But then she noticed something even stranger: a small trapdoor hidden beneath the rug in the center of the room. Curiosity got the better of her, and she pulled the rug aside. The trapdoor was locked, but scratches around the edges suggested someone, or something, had tried to pry it open. The night grew more unsettling. Faint whispers seemed to emanate from the walls, and shadows danced in the corners of her vision. Unable to sleep, Sarah decided to leave first thing in the morning. But when she woke, she found the trapdoor wide open, revealing a narrow staircase leading into darkness. She left without looking back, later learning from a neighbor that the house had a dark history. Years before, a man had vanished while renting the same room, and the owner refused to discuss the incident. To this day, Sarah wonders what might have been waiting for her in the depths below. Our second story unfolds in the remote countryside, where a couple, Michael and Emily, booked a picturesque cabin for a romantic weekend. Surrounded by rolling hills and dense woods, the Airbnb promised solitude and serenity. Upon arrival, they were enchanted by the rustic charm of the cabin, with its stone fireplace and vintage furnishings. Yet, as night fell, the air seemed to grow heavier, the silence more oppressive. The first night passed uneventfully, but Emily awoke feeling uneasy. She described a vivid dream of someone standing at the foot of the bed, watching them. Michael brushed it off as the product of an overactive imagination. However, the next evening, strange things began to happen. While preparing dinner, Emily felt a cold breath on her neck. She turned quickly, expecting to see Michael, but found herself alone in the kitchen. When she shared the incident, Michael dismissed it, joking about the cabin being haunted. Yet, even he couldn't ignore the sound of footsteps pacing the upstairs loft, a space they hadn't entered since their arrival. Michael climbed the stairs to investigate, armed with his phone flashlight. The loft was empty, its wooden floorboards creaking underfoot. He called down to Emily, reassuring her there was nothing to worry about. But as he descended the stairs, she screamed. The rocking chair in the corner of the living room was moving, slowly and deliberately, though no one was near it. The couple decided to stay awake together that night, huddled on the couch. At around 3 a.m., the temperature in the room dropped suddenly, their breath visible in the icy air. Then came the faint sound of humming, soft and melodic, as if someone were standing just outside the window. Gathering their courage, they opened the curtains, only to find nothing but the empty darkness of the woods. By morning, they were ready to leave. As they packed their bags, Emily noticed a handwritten note tucked into the guest book on the coffee table. It read, "If you hear her humming, don't respond." She doesn't like to be acknowledged. Shaken, they drove away, leaving the cabin and its eerie memories behind. Later, a quick online search revealed that the property had been built on the site of a 19th century homestead where a young woman had tragically drowned in a nearby creek. Locals believed her spirit still wandered, seeking companionship from unwitting guests. To this day, Michael and Emily refuse to discuss what truly happened in that cabin. For them, it's a memory best left in the past, buried like the stories the cabin tries to hide. The final story begins with Kevin, a solo traveler exploring a small coastal town. Seeking an affordable and convenient place to stay, he booked a room in an Airbnb hosted by a man named Daniel. The listing had no reviews but seemed inviting enough. Simple accommodations with promises of a warm, friendly atmosphere. Kevin saw it as an opportunity to experience the charm of a local home. Upon arrival, Daniel greeted Kevin with an overly enthusiastic smile. His demeanor was slightly off, but Kevin chalked it up to nervousness or social awkwardness. The house itself was tidy, yet eerily quiet, with every sound echoing through its sparse halls. Daniel showed Kevin to his room, which was basic but clean, and left him to settle in. That evening, Kevin joined Daniel for a casual chat in the living room. As they talked, Kevin noticed how Daniel would often pause mid-sentence, staring intently at him before quickly changing the subject. Unnerved, Kevin decided to retire early, locking his bedroom door behind him. Around midnight, Kevin woke to the sound of faint scratching at his door. He lay frozen, heart pounding, as the scratching grew louder, accompanied by muffled whispers. Summoning his courage, he called out, asking if it was Daniel. The noises stopped abruptly, leaving an oppressive silence. The next morning, Kevin confronted Daniel, who denied any knowledge of the incident and laughed it off as a bad dream. Unconvinced, but unwilling to escalate the situation, Kevin decided to cut his stay short, informing Daniel that he had to leave early for an unexpected commitment. As he packed, Kevin discovered something chilling. Tucked under the bed was a notebook filled with erratic handwriting. The entries detailed the movements and habits of previous guests, what time they arrived, when they slept, and even their favorite foods. The final entry read, "Kevin seems nice. I think he trusts me." Terrified, Kevin left without saying goodbye, driving straight to the nearest motel. Later, he reported the incident to Airbnb, only to discover that the listing had already been taken down. A follow-up investigation revealed that Daniel had been reported before for making guests uncomfortable, but no concrete evidence had surfaced until now. Kevin never learned what Daniel's true intentions were, but he often wonders what might have happened if he hadn't decided to leave early. The thought still sends shivers down his spine, a reminder that the people behind the listings can sometimes be the greatest danger. These chilling stories reveal an unsettling truth. Not all Airbnb stays are as idyllic as they appear. While platforms like Airbnb offer convenience and accessibility, they can also mask hidden dangers, both supernatural and human. Each of the tales we've shared carries an important lesson about the importance of vigilance and trusting your instincts. So, how can you protect yourself during your travels? First, always read reviews carefully. Look for detailed recent feedback from other guests to identify any red flags, such as mentions of strange behavior by the host or odd occurrences at the property. If a listing has no reviews, consider booking elsewhere unless you can verify its credibility through other means. Second, communicate with the host before your stay. A brief conversation can reveal a lot about their personality and intentions. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Additionally, make sure to inform a friend or family member about your travel plans, including the address of your accommodation and the duration of your stay. Lastly, be prepared to act quickly if you feel unsafe. Have an alternative plan, such as a nearby hotel or another Airbnb, in case you need to leave suddenly. It's better to lose a night's payment than to risk your safety. While the vast majority of Airbnb stays are positive experiences, these stories remind us that vigilance is crucial. The world is full of the unexpected, and sometimes it's the places we trust the most that hold the greatest surprises. The next time you book a stay, take a moment to consider the unseen. After all, as these stories prove, not every door should be opened, and not every host is as welcoming as they seem. Thank you for joining us on this journey through some of the most chilling Airbnb experiences ever shared. These stories are a stark reminder that sometimes the scariest things hide in plain sight. If you found yourself on edge or questioning your next booking, you're not alone. Which of these stories did you find most unsettling? Have you ever experienced something similar during your travels? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more gripping tales. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.